Howdy. Today, we will be taking a look at my favorite figures of 2022. In 2022, both my passion for collecting and my collection in general grew a lot. My passion specifically grew to the point that I felt it necessary to restart this YouTube channel to share my passion with others. And so, at the end of the year of our Lord 2022, crack open a cold one with me and let's get started. These figures aren't in any particular order, they're more just going one per manufacturer. So, starting up with the company that started it all, Hasbro. And representing Hasbro for this year is going to be their Leader Class Studio Series 86 Sludge. Honestly, they're going 3 for 3 on Dinobot leaders, and I don't see how they could get any better. Then again, I didn't see how they could get any better after Slug, and after Grimlock. Honestly, these figures have been so impressive, and especially the fact that I got this at Target for $32. This figure is just incredible. Sure, it's loose, but there are a lot of quality control issues nowadays, and it's also fixable. So honestly, I think it's forgivable in what is honestly some of the best engineering we've ever seen on figures. If Hasbro keeps putting out products like this, well, darn it, I'm just gonna have to keep buying them because Sludge here is just an absolute slam dunk home run figure, and I can't wait to see what they come up with for Snarl and Swoop. Representing Fans Toys this year is Dune Runner. Or Dune Rider? I'm still confused about the whole thing, but this figure is honestly a blast to mess around with. Number one, the engineering. Fans Toys never misses with the engineering. The fact that they make the roll cage just disappear in robot mode is honestly astonishing to me. I have no idea how they manage to do it every time. And of course, the articulation on this figure is lacking, but during finals week for college, I found myself just constantly sitting down and messing with this thing and putting it in new poses, and every pose that I found just lent towards the character. I think it looks amazing. And here in this pose, I've got it for the video. This is based on the box, and honestly, I think this pose looks super cool. Now, of course, as many people have said, I wish this figure came with a golden hand. That would be a pretty cool callback, but without that, I still think this figure is super cool, and it's super fun to mess with. If they come out with more figures like this, I will gladly keep buying from them. Representing Planet X for this year is Summonus Metallic Edition. And in a sort of wordplay kind of way, I think this figure sums up everything that I love about this company. Number one, they were willing to make figures that other companies were not willing to make. Number two, this was the first figure I got, even though I didn't get the metallic edition initially, and it's been a blast collecting all of the other Planet X figures since then. I also love the specific series of 5 figures that this one is a part of, and I think they look really good together. And finally, this paint. If Planet X is going to keep doing reissues with this paint, I'll be happy with it. But you better wish that Planet X never breaks into another space, because they are a force to be reckoned with. The figures that they've made so far have been absolute knockouts, and I think if they were to break into some other series, they might pose a serious threat to some pretty established companies. So watch out, because Planet X could be coming for you next. On X-Transbot's end, we have Vertis. And I'm not gonna lie, I was on the fence about this figure for a long time. I've heard both good things and bad things about it. And between the slightly, I wouldn't say shady marketing, but confusing marketing, considering they were probably going to release a premium version with metallic paint, and then they didn't, but there's still pictures of it. The point is, I really had to think long and hard about this figure, but after I ended up getting it, it's been nothing but fun to play with. It's very heavy, and I know that heavy doesn't mean quality, but it's certainly very satisfying to hold. And the vehicle modes, they both nail it. And the robot mode is actually pretty good, and with some light modification that you can get some assistance with, probably on YouTube at least, it is an absolutely amazing figure. It's got amazing shelf presence, and if they are going to release more figures like this or better, I cannot wait to see what they have next, because this figure is just amazing and super fun to play with. Now, I said that this list isn't in any particular order, but the exception is this figure, Microblaze Creations Military Titans. It's number one for the year, hands down. This company is an absolute sleeper, and this figure is a hit. It is very hard to find, and I had to wait quite a while before I was able to pick this one up. And picking one up is not going to be cheap. But if this figure means anything to you, what it means to me, you need to get this as soon as you have the opportunity, because as a standalone figure, it's incredible. In its robot mode, the articulation can be a little limited, but it's super fun to handle, and it's not fiddly at all. In vehicle mode, the vehicle mode is very accurate to the source material, and I couldn't ask for it to be any better. And probably the number one reason people buy this, the combined mode. Honestly, it can't get any better than this. There are some other figures that I've seen that try to replicate their source material that still cannot match what this figure is able to do for its source material. It's got to be number one of my favorite figures in my collection. And if you ever get the chance to buy one, do it. You won't regret it. So, that's it. Those were my top 5 favorite figures of the year. And as we finish this video, you'll see all the figures that I considered for the top 5 but didn't quite make it. I hope you've had a good year. I certainly have, and I'm very much looking forward to next year. So, I hope you've enjoyed my top 5 figures of the year. If you'd like to tell me what your favorite figure of the year is, leave a comment down below. And as always, I'm Leo, reminding you that plastic toys don't belong in plastic prisons. See you next year.